You pull back this rubber seal and the smell hits you before you even see the black spots. That is not just dirt, it is a living colony feeding on trapped detergent, skin cells, and standing water. I have opened over 3,000 washing machines in my family's maintenance business, and the one thing that consistently breaks down that buildup without tearing up the rubber is sitting in your fruit bowl right now. Most people notice the problem the moment the cycle ends, a damp, sour odor clinging to towels, socks that still smell after a full wash. You run another load, you buy a commercial washing machine cleaner, you pour in vinegar, you leave the door open. None of it works for more than a week. The smell returns. That happens because you're treating the symptom, not the source. Front-loading machines trap moisture in that gasket fold. Every wash deposits a thin layer of fabric softener, detergent residue, and lint. Over months, that layer hardens. It turns into a sponge. When you close the door, the environment stays dark and humid. Mold spores from the air settle in, feed on the organic buildup, and multiply. You are not just dealing with a bad smell. You are dealing with cross-contamination. That colony releases spores onto your clothes every time the drum spins. If you have allergies, asthma, or sensitive skin, that machine is actively working against you. I have pulled apart enough service panels to know exactly where it hides. It is not just on the surface. It grows underneath the gasket lip, in the drain pump filter, and along the detergent dispenser tubes. Commercial tablets dissolve too fast to penetrate the folds. Vinegar evaporates before it breaks the protective layer. Bleach damages the rubber and accelerates cracking. You need something that penetrates, dissolves, and leaves a surface that actually suppresses regrowth. My grandfather ran a commercial laundry in the 70s. My father took over industrial janitorial contracts in the 90s. I grew up watching machines fail the exact same way. The problem is not your habits. It is the design of modern front loaders. They use less water to meet efficiency standards. That means higher detergent concentration relative to water volume. When you use too much soap or you add fabric softener directly into the drum, it doesn't rinse clean. It coats the rubber. That coating starts hydrophobic, but as lint and skin cells stick to it, it turns hydrophilic. It holds water. After 300 to 400 cycles, that moisture never fully escapes. The temperature in that fold rarely rises above room temperature. Mold does not need heat to grow. It needs moisture, a food source, and time. You give it all three. The black substance you see is not dirt. It is a microbial mat. Microbes secrete a sticky polymer that acts like a protective shell. Water beads off it. Standard cleaners slide right over it. You can scrub it with a brush all day, but you're only removing the top layer. The roots stay anchored to the rubber. When the machine runs again, the moisture returns, and the colony rebuilds within 48 hours. I have tested commercial oxygen bleach, hydrogen peroxide, enzymatic cleaners, and straight citric acid. Oxygen bleach lifts stains but does not break biofilm bonds. Enzymatic cleaners work on protein buildup but leave mold intact. Citric acid dissolves mineral scale but does not penetrate deep folds on its own. The only thing that consistently disrupts that matrix without degrading the rubber is a combination of natural acids and specific essential oils. The concentration matters. The application method matters more. Most people spray it on the surface and walk away. That's why it fails. You need to lift the seal, work the solution into the crevice, let it dwell, and mechanically agitate it before rinsing. The machine is built to wash clothes, not to clean itself. You have to intervene. The fruit that actually works is grapefruit, not lemon, not lime. Grapefruit. The peel contains a higher concentration of D-limonene and naringin, two compounds that disrupt mold cell walls and dissolve the fatty residues that hold biofilm together. The juice provides citric acid to break mineral deposits. You do not need essential oil extracts. You just need the whole fruit. Here's exactly how to use it. Grab one large grapefruit, cut it in half. Do not squeeze it yet. You need the peel intact. Take a butter knife or a flat plastic scraper. Work it under the front edge of the rubber gasket. Lift it gently, do not force it. The rubber is under tension. You are just creating a gap. You'll see trapped lint, gray sludge, and possibly black spotting. That is normal. Squeeze the grapefruit halves directly into the fold. Let the juice run down into the channel. Take the peel and rub it along the inside of the gasket. Press firmly. The oils from the peel will coat the rubber. The acids will start breaking down the residue immediately. Leave it like that for 20 minutes. Do not rush this step. The dwell time is what separates a surface wipe from an actual clean. While it sits, prepare the rest of the machine. Remove the detergent dispenser drawer. Soak it in warm water with half the grapefruit juice you have left. Use an old toothbrush to scrub the back of the drawer and the housing it slides into. That area traps softener and mold feeds on it just as fast as the gasket. After 20 minutes, return to the gasket. Take a stiff, bristled brush. A standard dish brush works. Scrub the fold in one direction. You will feel resistance at first. That is the biofilm breaking. The gray sludge will lift. The black spots will fade. Wipe it down with a clean microfiber cloth. Do not use paper towels. They leave fibers that trap moisture. Inspect the fold again. If you still see discoloration, repeat the grapefruit application. Let it dwell for another 15 minutes. Scrub again, wipe it dry. This is the step most people skip. Leaving the gasket wet guarantees the mold returns. You must dry it. Take a dry towel, fold it into a narrow strip, and press it firmly into the fold. Rotate it until the rubber feels completely dry to the touch. Now, run a hot water cycle. Do not add detergent, do not add fabric softener. Just run the machine empty on the hottest setting available. This flushes the loosened residue out of the drum and the drain pump. After the cycle finishes, wipe the drum interior with a damp cloth. Leave the door open. Wipe the gasket dry one more time. You have just removed a colony that has been growing for months, but removal is only half the job. Maintenance is what keeps it gone. You cannot treat this like a one-time fix. Machines are designed to hold water. Your job is to prevent that water from stagnating. After every wash, pull back the gasket. Wipe it with a dry cloth. Leave the door cracked open for at least 2 hours. This lets air circulate and drops the humidity level inside the drum. If you wash heavy loads or use fabric softener regularly, run a grapefruit maintenance cycle every 4 weeks. You do not need a whole fruit for maintenance. Just cut 1/4, squeeze it into the fold, wipe it, dry it, and run a quick rinse. That is enough to keep the surface pH low and inhospitable to mold. I keep a service log for every unit I touch. The machines where owners adopt the wipe and dry routine after every load go 6 to 8 months before needing another deep clean. The ones that ignore it are back on my schedule in 3 weeks. The difference is not the product, it is the habit. You have the tool, you have the steps. The rest is consistency. One warning, if the rubber has cracked, split, or feels brittle when you press it, cleaning will not fix it. Rubber degrades over time. Physical damage requires a replacement gasket, but for odor, surface buildup, and early-stage spotting, this method resets the machine. It works because it targets the exact chemistry of the problem. The acids dissolve the mineral and soap matrix. The oils penetrate the biofilm and disrupt microbial adhesion. The mechanical scrubbing removes the physical anchor. The drying step removes the moisture. Without moisture, mold cannot grow. It's that simple. You don't need expensive tablets. You don't need to call a technician. You just need to understand what you are actually fighting and apply the right pressure at the right time. If this cleared up the confusion on why your machine keeps smelling, hit subscribe. I post straight maintenance breakdowns every week. Drop a comment with your biggest cleaning problem, whether it's a stubborn appliance, a recurring odor, or a surface that never stays clean. I read every single one and use them to plan the next video. If you want to stop fighting with your dishwasher next, watch the video on screen about cleaning spray arms and filter screens the right way. I'll see you in the comments.